It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some behind-the-scenes photos that were released by the cast and crew for their last days on set. There's actually some very interesting clues in here in terms of what we might potentially see, and also a huge hint about the final scene of the series. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break these down. Alright, as always, before I jump into this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that, let's get right into it. So first, we're going to take a look at this picture that was released on, I believe, Greg Nicotero's Instagram page or Jeffrey Dean Morgan, one or the other, but obviously it's a picture of Greg Nicotero with a script in hand, and obviously in front of him is Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. There is a lot of zombies on the ground, which is pretty interesting, and they're at Hilltop. This was actually captioned as Negan's final episode in the series, which is likely the final episode. But this one's a pretty cool picture, not much to say other than Negan is at Hilltop at the end. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, we have this pretty interesting picture of Connie with a pistol in hand and Yumiko behind her. Very interesting. It looks like they're at Commonwealth, but I could be wrong about that. But not much more to say about this one. We have another one here of Aaron and Maggie, and this also appears to be at Commonwealth, or at least it doesn't look like Alexandria or Hilltop, unless this is just a random location. But this is actually not for the final episode, same with the previous one, or I should say, it wasn't specified that this was the final episode, where in case of the Negan picture, it was. But the one thing I found very interesting about this is that Maggie is carrying a sniper rifle, so that's pretty interesting. It looks like it's the exact same one that Gabe used to shoot one of the Reapers in one of their final episodes. So that's interesting. We've never seen Maggie with a sniper rifle either, so very intriguing. And obviously Aaron is right there as well. Not much to say about that as far as, you know, whether this is a clue or not, because we don't know whether this is for the final episode or not. I'm leaning towards not, because I have a feeling Aaron is gonna die before the final episode, but we'll see. Now I'm actually going to show you another Negan picture, which is also for his final episode. So obviously we have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan there. There's a camera there, and there's a clipboard guy. Now this doesn't look like it's at Hilltop, but that's not the interesting part about this. The interesting part about this picture is that Negan has a whisper mask in hand, which is extremely interesting. Does he use it once again? It remains to be seen, but that's definitely a possibility. I doubt that he's just carrying a random whisper mask outside of filming, so this is most likely related to a scene that he's doing. Hence why the clipboard guy is there. But this is extremely interesting. I mean, I don't know what to make of it, other than there's going to be a scene where Negan is going to use the whisper mask once again. Why? We don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Let's talk a little bit about a short clip that they released, which is of Daryl Dixon on his last ride with the motorcycle on the set of The Walking Dead. Now, the clip itself doesn't have anything interesting. It's just Daryl on the bike riding in the dirt road, but this is a snapshot of it, and there's some interesting things going on. One, the fact that this is Daryl on the motorcycle as his last ride leads me to think that maybe that's exactly how the series is gonna end. We're gonna see Daryl on his motorcycle with one last ride to end the series. Might not be the most impactful ending, but one of the cool endings in a way. And the other thing I do want to mention is, since we know, based on one of the final wrap pictures that I talked about on a separate video, that Negan, Maggie, Carol, and Daryl are gonna be at Hilltop in one of the final scenes of the series, it's likely that we're gonna see them parting ways in that episode, Negan and Maggie splitting up to go to one direction on their own journey and their own spin-off, and similarly Daryl and Carol splitting up and going on their own journey and their own spin-off. And at this point, that's still a very strong possibility. But what I do find interesting is that Daryl is alone here. It could be nothing. It could be that Carol is just waiting for him, or it could be that Daryl goes alone and potentially Carol joins him later in the spin-off. You know what I mean? So that's also a possibility. But the other thing is that he is riding on the dirt road right next to a river. Obviously, the river is infamous in The Walking Dead for being the place where Rick, quote-unquote, died, where he blew himself up. So there's a possibility that there's some subtle clues there as far as what Daryl is there to do. You know what I mean? Or what he might potentially find when he's there. Obviously, I'm referring to something related to Rick, or something that gets Daryl to consider the fact that Rick is alive, if they haven't already kind of dealt with that before this scene comes about. If this is a scene, obviously. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.